Bama Girls Cafe. Today we're going to be making homemade catfish sliders with ranch coleslaw. So a couple of the items you're going to need today for this video, you're going to need buttermilk, and you're going to need some ranch dressing. You're going to need some kind of coleslaw. You're going to need flour. You're going to need cornmeal. You're also going to need some onion powder, some garlic powder, some seasoning salt, some paprika, some black pepper, and you're going to need some buns. Now I call these sliders because these buns are really small, and I really didn't like the slider buns exactly for this recipe, so I went with the smallest bun so they can still be a slider. It'll be a nice appetizer if you decide that you want to try this for your friend. You're going to need catfish. If you don't like catfish, then you can pick out another fish and just cut it down the side so that it will fit on the bun. You're going to need a tray for your buttermilk, and you're going to need a tray for your dry ingredients, which is going to be all of the seasonings, the cornmeal, and the flour. And you're also going to need a deep fryer. You're going to need a knife to cut your fish in half, and a plate, and clean hands. So I'm really excited today because I am not only recording this video to put up here on YouTube, but I'm also doing a live feed on Facebook, friends. So if you see me looking off to the side and interacting with people, that's just because this video is going live at this time, and I'm interacting with the my live feed, and I'm recording the video at the same time. So this is something different that I wanted to do here on Bama Girls Cafe. So I wanted to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Mia. I met her mother a couple days ago at Helen for Well, and she said, my daughter loves watching your videos. So I was actually able to meet with Mia today and talk to her about YouTube, and I was really excited to meet her. I was more excited to meet her than she was actually, I think, maybe excited to meet me. But I had a good time. And I just want to say, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, then go ahead and get started. There's nothing to do but pick up the camera and go for it. When I started my YouTube channel, all I had was a camera and some sunlight and a prayer. So if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, then this would definitely be the time. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to clear off the counter. I'm going to go ahead and set everything to the side, and I'm not going to be using at first. And we're going to get ready to do our coleslaw, because while you're cooking the fish, your coleslaw needs to be in the refrigerator cooling. So I will see you guys back here in a second, and we're going to get ready to start on these catfish sliders. Alright, hey guys, so now we're going to go ahead and get ready to start on our coleslaw. Like I said, I am going live on my Facebook channel today, so if I'm looking off to the side, don't be alarmed. Nothing strange is going on. Nobody has kidnapped me. Okay, so we're going to start with some coleslaw, and this is a 14-ounce bag, and you can find this at your local store. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer that coleslaw into this nice little bowl. And this is a quick and easy coleslaw. I don't really like a really wet coleslaw, so I'm real like, and I don't really do mayonnaise on coleslaw, so that's why I decided to go with the ranch dressing. Now you can find this dressing at your local Dillon's or Walmart. It's in the aisle it's on the same aisle it's on the same aisle as the salad dressing. I mean the fresh, like this, with the salad dressings that are in the refrigerator aisle with the salads. I'm just tongue tied, y'all, so please forgive me. So you want to get a nice amount in there. Not too much, because you don't want it to be too runny, but it won't taste too crazy because, like I said, we are using ranch. And you just want to give it a stir. So I know there are a lot of people who don't eat mayonnaise. I have two cousins who will die if they eat mayonnaise. If it touches their food, they will absolutely not eat it. I also have a good friend like that too who can't stand the taste of mayonnaise. Now I like a little bit of mayonnaise, but I'm not too crazy about it, so you will never ever ever catch me just eating regular coleslaw. Unless my auntie Odessa makes it. She makes the best coleslaw. Now you have to remember too, the cabbage is going to wilt down a little bit when you start mixing it up and putting stuff on it. So just be careful that you don't put too much dressing on it, or it'll get really, really runny. So I'm going to put another heaping tablespoon on there. I'm gonna set that to the side and close that off. I'm gonna add in a little bit of onion powder. Set that to the side because we're gonna need that to season the fish. A dash of the seasoning salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of ground black pepper. And this is just gonna flavor the coleslaw and make it really tasty. And I'm just gonna stir all of this in, give it a nice stir. And then we're gonna pop this into the refrigerator. Lost a little bit of lettuce. That has a really good taste, y'all. But make sure you stir it up that you get all of those herbs and spices and seasonings stirred into the coleslaw. Just a little bit, got a little bit that fell out. That's really delicious. I'm gonna add a little bit of more seasoning salt. And that should be just fine. Now remember, you don't have to put as much or as little as I put in. You can add however you want to, because however much seasoning you want to, because it's supposed to be to your liking. But I like to taste the cabbage when I make a slaw. And the ranch already has a lot of flavor into it. Alright guys. So our coleslaw is done. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. It looks really tasty. It smells really good too. I got my oil getting heated up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, put the lid on it, and pop it into the refrigerator. And then I'll be right back so we can get set up to get ready to start slanging this catfish in that hot grease, girl. Alright, loves. So we're back. And it's time to go ahead and get started with the catfish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, and you want to take a whole piece of catfish and slice it in half. So I'm going to do a total of 8 sliders. To get enough pieces of fish, I bought 4 catfish and I sliced them all in half. So what you want to do is just take your knife and angle your fish at an angle and just slice until it's cut. So now you have 2 pieces of fish for your slider. So I've already pre-cut the rest of my fish. What I'm going to do now is just take it and put it on this plate. And we're going to get to seasoning the fish. So what I like to do is just spread it out so I can get even amounts of seasoning on it. And then I will just toss it to make sure everything get a nice good coat of seasoning for flavor purposes. So we have our paprika, which is going to go in our dredge. So we're going to just sprinkle a little bit of onion powder on the fish, a light coat of garlic powder, some fresh black pepper, and a little bit of seasoning salt. Hey Terry. Okay guys, like I said before, I'm doing a Facebook Live too with this video. So if you see me looking over to the side, it's because I'm playing with my Facebook friends. So I'm just going to give the fish a little bit of a flip. And then we're going to season the other side. Then we're going to get started on our dredge. And then just the same thing. A little bit of onion powder. Garlic powder. Excuse me guys. That pepper has me sneezing. Some seasoning salt. And a little bit of black pepper. And we're going to set the fish to the side again. And now we're going to go ahead and get started with our dredge. So what you want to do is you want to take cornmeal, equal parts cornmeal and flour. Grab your fork, just mix it down a little bit, and then you want to add in some onion powder, garlic powder, Put those to the side. Little paprika. If you can find smoked paprika, that would be perfect. Paprika on anything seasoned with a good amount of flour and cornmeal will just make it taste even better. And if you can find some smoky paprika, girl, you're gonna be popping. Okay, girl, you're gonna be popping. Hey, Linda. So I just seen my friend Linda pop up. She owns a local hair store here in Manhattan. She keep your girl right. But yeah, so let's get some seasoning salt in here. And no black pepper for the seasoning. So when you are mixing all of these together, be careful that you don't over season your batter. This is catfish, so this is a freshwater fish. So you tend to need to season freshwater fish a little bit more than saltwater fish. So I tend to go a little bit heavier with the seasonings when I'm doing freshwater fish versus saltwater fish, because I grew up on the coast, and the fish that you get on the coast is a lot more flavorful than what you get when you get freshwater fish. Even though we eat a lot of catfish in Alabama, the catfish farms are usually north of Alabama, like in Montgomery or Birmingham, but most of them are in the Birmingham area. So you just want to take your fork and mix everything together. Make sure that the seasonings get evenly dispersed throughout the flour and the cornmeal. Now, if you don't have a deep fryer, then get a deep pan or pot and just put your oil in there and let it heat up. Alright, so now we have our dredge ready, which is the cornmeal, half flour with our seasonings. And then you just want to take some buttermilk and put it into a separate one. Shake that buttermilk up first. And this is what's going to help the batter to stick to your fish. And it's going to give it that golden, flaky look. And it's just going to take it to another level, child. It's just going to bump it all the way up to Jesus. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and pour the buttermilk into this one. And we're going to do a 2-step conversion. Okay. You heard me? That girl said conversion. Okay. So our grease is already ready. What we're going to do is take the fish, dip it into the buttermilk, get it on both sides, and make sure every inch of the fish gets a nice coating of buttermilk. And you're going to let it drip off. Then you're going to take it and lay it in that cornmeal and flour. Make sure you get every inch of it covered. If you see a little spot, just take and put a little bit of it on there and pat it down, and that will take care of it. And you want to make sure you get any excess flour off. This is what it should look like when it's fully floured and battered. And just lay it in your basket. And we can fry 2 pieces at a time with this one. Alright. Now, when I was growing up, my grandmother, she used just cornmeal. Most of the people in my family, when they fry fish, they either use fish fried cornmeal. But I like the cornmeal fish fried sometimes. But I realized that if you use flour and cornmeal, you get a better crust. And it's just a little bit more crunchy. And now we're going to just drop it down. Put the lid on it. You'll know when it's done because it'll start to float and move around a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and let those pieces fry. I'm going to fry off a couple more pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and get ready to butter up the buns, because you got to toast those buns for the sliders. So I'll see you guys back here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and finish frying up the fish. So I'll see you guys back here in a second. Alright, love, so I'm back, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get ready to start pulling out of the last couple pieces of fish. We have 2 more to get into the deep fryer, and then we're going to take the last 2 pieces and place them in there, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to start setting up for the buns. Now, right now on Facebook Live, I have my cousin Julia, who is in New York, and she's tuning in. Hey, Julia! She said, hey, girl. So, that is why I'm doing this, so people can see me shoot the videos. So let's go ahead and get the last 2 pieces of fish, the catfish battered and fried dipped. And we're going to just dip them in the buttermilk. Get them covered really nice. And then we have our AP flour mixture and our cornmeal with all of our seasoning. And like I said, just make sure you get every inch of that piece of fish covered with the cornmeal and flour mixture, because you want it to be nice and crunchy. You don't want too much batter, but you want just enough so you can be like, oh, that was so good. But yeah. Yeah, I grew up eating fish, okay? My grandmama and my granddad, well, my granddad's cousin named Bebe was married to this lady named Georgia, and they lived over by the YMCA. Well, Georgia and Bebe would always go fishing all the time, and they would bring buckets of fish, and my grandma and grandfather would fry the fish. They would get the fish cleaned and fried. Julia said, it looks good. Please send her some catfish. When I come see y'all, because Brucey is talking about me coming to see y'all, I'm gonna bring some catfish. And I'm gonna fry you some catfish, Julia. So, as I was saying, Bebe and they would bring buckets of fish. Now, it wasn't catfish. It would usually be like grouper, snapper, whatever they could find to catch off the bait that day. If they caught too much, they would usually bring it by my grandmother's house and give it to us. And that's what we'd have for dinner. We would eat a lot of fish and grits. We'd eat fish and potatoes, and sometimes corn, or we would just have fish sandwiches. She said, okie dokie, Smokey. No, that's my family, because that is how we talk, y'all. Yeah, they would bring fresh seafood to us, and my grandma would clean it. She put newspaper down on the kitchen table, and let me tell you, I've never seen somebody clean a piece of fish like that in my life. Like, that lady could have worked in the fish house, because Cherry Lee could clean and fry some fish, okay? It was nothing to her. And my grandfather the same way. Like, he could get it done. Here could get it done. You can never go hungry at Cherry Lee and Thomas's house. I enjoyed my childhood there, and as I got older, I went to live with them after my mom passed. Well, a little bit before she passed, I went to live with my grandparents. But I had some of the best food and some of the best and the worst times of my life in that house. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our buns, and we're going to put some butter on the buns. And I like to get a nice good coating on them. And if you want to toast, a lot of buns or mass production of toast buns, just take your broiler in the oven, cut it on, put the buns under the light or the broiler for about 30 to 40 seconds. Stay there and watch them, because if you leave, they will burn. Alright? Get these all done. So I'm going to go ahead and get these buns all buttered up and get them toasted. And I will be back in a second to wrap up this video. We're going to let these last 2 pieces of catfish fry. We're going to pull out our coleslaw. And we're going to go to work, y'all. We're going to go to work. So I'll see you guys back here in a second. Alright, love. So we're back. And we're going to go ahead and pull our last 2 pieces of catfish out of the fryer. And that is going to be it for this piece of the video. Our buns are in the oven. They're toasting. They're about to come out in a few minutes. Yes. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and unplug this, and I'm going to go and check on our buns. And they are perfect. So our buns are done. We have our cabbage. And we got our catfish. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the buns down on my little mitten. Slide the cabbage to the side. Move the lid. And we're gonna go ahead and start plating up the catfish sliders. Move everything around so I can get to it. So we have our buns. We got a top part and we got a bottom. And we're just gonna put a piece of catfish on there. And a little bit of coleslaw. That's too much, just a little bit. And there you go. Get that off there. We're gonna do the same thing again. We got a bun. We got a bottom. Put the, ooh, that piece broke. Catfish. A little bit of coleslaw. And a bun on top. Same thing. Put that there, grab a bottom. Catfish. And a coleslaw. Oops. And y'all, that is it. So we have our catfish sliders. I'm gonna move this to the side. I'm sorry, y'all. Phone interrupted. And gonna move the fish. Place the rest of that coleslaw, that lid on it. And what I'm gonna do now is the usual. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to get everything all cleaned up for you guys. Get a couple of pictures of the sliders. Then we are going to be done with this video. I'm gonna come back and tell you guys how it tastes. And that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. I really enjoyed doing the catfish slider for you guys here on YouTube. And I also enjoyed going live on Facebook so you guys can also see the sliders that are the catfish sliders. Now, if you don't like catfish, you can use flounder, you can use grouper, you can use cod, you can use any kind of fish you like to make these sliders. And that batter will work perfectly. So I'm glad you guys decided to join me here today. So like I said, I'm going to get everything cleaned up. I'm going to take a couple pictures. And then we're going to bite into these sexy sliders and get our life, because this is what life is about. So I'll see you guys back here in a second at Bama Girls Cafe, and we're going to close out this video. Smooch us. Alright, love, so we got the rest of the fish and everything hanging over to the back, but we have our sliders and we're done. So this is officially the last video here in Manhattan, Kansas. I'm going to just say this. My YouTube life started here in Kansas, and I'm not going to miss Kansas, but I'm going to miss what Kansas represented for me, because when I got here, I was really depressed. I was sad. I could not find a job. I had a skill that I could not use. And a lot of it was because nobody would hire me. One, because I was a military spouse. Two, I was a African-American female. And they didn't trust my style of cooking, which was very disheartening, heartening for me. But I made it through, and I just knew I had to find a way to do food on my own terms. I didn't know if I still don't know if I'm ever gonna go back into the culinary industry. But one morning I was laying in bed and I was watching YouTube videos, and I had seen Auntie Fee videos, and I was like, I can do this. I like Auntie Fee. I can do this. So I started watching her videos, and I started watching a couple other cooking channels. And it gave me inspiration to start Bama Girls Cafe. And I still go back and look at Auntie Fee's videos. It's been a month or so since she's passed away. But that's truly where I got my inspiration to start my show. I figured if this lady can get on here and bear it off everybody, why can't I? And I have a skill, and I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm doing. And it gave me the confidence to start my channel myself. And then when I started, like, my makeup was good in everyday life, but when I started, I wasn't really confident about my makeup. I was confident about my hair because I always had big hair. And I wasn't confident about how people would receive me here on Bama Girls Cafe. So I kind of changed how I dressed and put sweaters on up to here and tried to be extra conservative. And I realized that it wasn't me. So I kind of, like, you know, came back to myself and started dressing and acting like who I am, because I want you guys to accept me and love me for me. And I'm going to tell you, that was the best thing I ever did. My makeup was horrible if you look at the first couple videos. And then I started watching people like Patrick Starr. I have been watching Each B for years. Jackie Ida. I can't think of the other lady's name. She's she's African. God, I can't think of her name. I started watching like Queenie and a lot of other really big YouTubers who do makeup, and I was like, okay, so I can figure out how to do my makeup. I'll feel better on camera. So it's just a lot of things that changed over the year of doing YouTube, because like I said, November made my 1-year anniversary here on YouTube when I released my first video. So I just want to say thank you guys for all tuning in. I'm going to continue to do YouTube. I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing YouTube. I think this is pretty much it for me. I'm going to finagle it and make it work, because this is what I like to do. I like being in front of camera. I like interacting with you guys, and it just gives me the opportunity to do food my way and share it with you guys. So I love y'all, and thank you guys for tuning in. And it's time to just transition into the next part of life with the move and getting close to family, and I'm just super, super, super excited. So let's talk about, because I feel myself getting teary-eyed, let's just talk about these sliders. So these are Catfish ranch coleslaw sliders. I've made these a couple times. I've made them with flounder, but I like Catfish. I love flounder, and I'm going to assume that if I have done these with red snapper, they'd be really big, because red snapper is one of those really good fish, and it has that really salty taste in it. It does take a lot to season it. So I'm going to actually try this with the red snapper when I get back down to the coast. So let's talk about these sliders. I think they look great. And my mouth is watering a little bit because I'm ready to bite in. So let's give it a bite. Let's give it a taste. And like I said, I went with the smallest hamburger bun because I knew like the slider buns weren't going to quite fit the pieces of catfish. So I went with the smallest bun I can find. So this is like a plus size slider. But yeah, it's small. And you really only need 2 of these. 2. Not 3, but I'm going to eat 3 because y'all know I ain't missing no meals. Oh my god. That coleslaw is so good on there. Now if you don't like ranch coleslaw, you can do the traditional coleslaw. Oh my goodness. My lord, why? Oh my god. That is delicious. I want to put it down, but I feel like I need to take another bite. Now that is how you do a catfish slider. Woo! Child. Oh my Jesus. That was so delicious. Y'all, all I need is a beer. All I need is a beer. All I need is a beer. I like Bud Light or Heineken. And Corona if I'm feeling good. That is so delicious. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed sharing me with Facebook Live today. If you want to catch me on Facebook, it's Octavia, Octavia, Bama Girl, Milhouse on Facebook. I will link it down below. I love you guys. I hope to see you guys back here soon. I am going to be doing some more videos when I get into the hotel. I got the great idea from somebody today that I should do hotel meals for military spouses who are traveling with their families, because a lot of times when we're en route to a new duty station, we have to stay in hotels for weeks at a time, and it gets really expensive in and out. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pull together some meals that I usually cook when I'm in the hotel. I'm going to show you guys how to get fantastic meals in the hotel during transition periods. So I love you guys. Remember, food is love. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Respect everybody. And a lot of love and kindness is necessary to get through the day and to get through life. Today, I experienced some of the most joy I've ever experienced. I got to meet one of my followers here on YouTube, who was a beautiful young girl who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And y'all, she is lit. So y'all be on the lookout for her. Hopefully soon she'll get her YouTube channel up and started. But she is an excellent little chef. I can't even call her a little cook. I'm going to call her a little chef because she cut bananas more precise than I do. So, with that being said, I love you all. Have a good day. May God be with you all. Peace, love, and happiness. And remember, food is love. I'm taking my sliders though.